Lock in during your 20s so you can retire in your 30s. Everyone says it, but no one actually explains what that means. When I say retire, I don't mean doing nothing. I mean this. Your assets pay for your life, not your time. So whether that's cash flow, dividends, or capital gains that are coming from your assets, they're now covering your expenses, not the time that you're spending working. And it looks like this. This is what real cash flow looks like. It's when the assets that you've built up over time have now become your income. And once you hit that point, you've won. You can work if you want, you can build your own projects, or honestly, you can do nothing at all. But that's what this is really about. It's not retiring, it's freedom and having choices. And if I'm being honest, this is actually something I fear as well. I fear waking up at 35, realizing I didn't take this seriously, because if you don't sacrifice in your 20s and now you're doing it in your 30s, you have more pressure and less time. So here is what I want to cover. Number 1, why your 20s decide the rest of your life. Number 2, what I'm focusing on right now to actually get ahead. And number 3, the distractions that are quietly ruining your 20s. So your 20s can decide the rest of your life. It really comes down to one thing: time. And that's because of compounding effects. The earlier you start, the less you actually have to do. And that's something which a lot of people don't understand. And here's what I mean. Compounding is the most powerful force in investing. And most people just misunderstand it, because it doesn't look impressive at the start, but over time it explodes. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you invest $1,000 a month from age 20 to 60 with an annual return of about 10%, which is minimal right now. You get about $5.3 million, which is excellent. Now, let's just change one small thing. Let's now compare that and say, instead, you start in your 30s, and again, you went till 60. Same amount, $1,000 per month, 10% return. Instead, you're now getting less than $2 million. So the difference is millions. And it's not because they invested more. It's because you started so much earlier. It comes back to time. Those first 10 years are the most important, because that's where the compounding begins. So I'm 24 years old, and even sometimes I feel behind. And social media will do that to you sometimes, and that's the reality. But if you're in your 20s right now, you're early. And people think compounding as well is just investing, but it's not. You're not just compounding in money and investments. You're compounding in skills, you're compounding in your personal brand, and you're compounding in everything. And that's how people actually get ahead. It's not one big movement, but through small wins. And that's why people say he's the guy who won out of nowhere and he just made it happen. But it's stacked over years. So if everything in your life compounds, the question becomes, what should you actually be focusing on right now? So these are the 4 areas I'm personally focusing on right now in my 20s. And I really wish I knew this at 20, so pay attention. Number 1 is investing in assets, because if you're not owning assets, you're falling behind. Cash loses value over time, while assets go up. So I focus on owning these things. I focus on owning things like Bitcoin, gold, and silver, and eventually even tech stocks. Not financial advice, just what I'm doing. And the key thing here is it's just be simple, be consistent, and wait, and be patient with time. You're not trying to get rich quick here, but letting compounding and time do the work. And never panic selling, no matter what volatility happens in the markets right now. Right now, things are really volatile right now, as I've mentioned on previous videos, but I'm still staying patient despite everything that's happening. Second is your skills, because in my opinion, this might be the most important one. In your 20s, you're the biggest asset. It's not your money, it's you, your ability to earn, because your skills determine your income, your opportunities, and your leverage. The better you get, the more you earn. And that feeds everything else. So me personally, I continue to focus on my data skills. So I'm trying to get certified in SAP Analytical Cloud. I'm building my skills in Fabric. And these are technical things, but I'm just building up my value stack, and I'm actively working on my skills, as well as I'm actively learning marketing and how to build up businesses. I'm learning about email marketing, and I'm learning about content. It's what I'm doing right now through my personal brand. Number 3, and as mentioned before, a personal brand. This is something I wish I started earlier, because today attention is everything. It's a huge asset. If you build an audience, you create opportunities, you create income, and you create leverage. And one important thing which I learned is you don't need to have millions of followers. That's a misconception which everyone seems to have. And there's a concept called 1,000 true fans. It's an article which was written by Kevin Kelly, and in my opinion, it's a must read. And the idea is pretty simple. If you have 1,000 people who genuinely value what you do, they're true fans, and they watch all your videos, and they invest time into you, and they comment, you can build a real income. Because let's say 1,000 people who spend $100 per year on you, that's $100,000 a year. And like everything else, it compounds. It feels slow at the start, but over time it stacks. Personal brands like this one take a lot of time, and that's why you need to do it in your 20s. It's not something which is going to be built overnight. I'm investing in this for the long term. I'm trying to post 2 videos per week. And by the way, if you support this content, if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. You'll be helping me in my journey. And number 4, it's your financial education, because most people don't actually understand money. And like it or not, we didn't get taught this in school. They don't teach you what balance sheets are. They don't teach you what income statements are, assets versus liability. They don't teach you how wealth is built. So you end up working for money, or you're using time instead of making money work for you. This one I've come a long way with, but I'm still definitely working on this in the background. And I won't say I'm an absolute genius on this, but I'm happy where I am at this stage in my life. But for me, it comes from reading consistently. There are books which I read and study a lot from certain authors like Robert Kiyosaki. I want to read Ray Dalio. Benjamin Graham is another one that's really good. And you just want to continue taking in information from people who have been in the game for a long time. If you actually want to retire in your 30s, this is the part that will stop you. It's not a lack of skill. It's not a lack of opportunity. It's distractions, and distractions are everywhere right now, with your phone, with technology, with everything that stands in the way right now. And I looked at this on a mathematical level, and I just want to show it to you right now. Let's say you just waste 2 hours a day scrolling, watching YouTube, doing nothing. Over time, that becomes 14 hours per week. Over a year, that's 728 hours. That is 30 full days which you've wasted. A month of your life gone every single year. And that's the part people don't think about. So here's something I want you to actually do, because I've personally done it. I want you to identify what are the 3 biggest leakages of time you have right now, and be honest, what are the things you know are stopping you from doing the work. So for me, it's social media, it's scrolling, it's YouTube on my computer, and at times, it's sleep and getting out of bed. Now, don't just be aware of it. You want to build a plan to completely remove it, because for me, the biggest shift was this. I don't need to rely on discipline anymore. I just removed it from my life. And I'll show you some of the ways I've done it. It's either by removing the distraction completely or changing the environment. So, for example, scrolling on my phone. I blocked it by using an app called Be Present. I don't have a choice now. I've completely blocked it. It only allows me on Instagram X amount of times per day, and I've got no choice. On my computer, I use this app called Cold Turkey, which essentially just blocks me out. I set an amount of time where I want to work, and I'm not allowed on it. I don't have a choice. And the other one was getting out of bed. What I've done is I've essentially put my phone or my alarm across the room. So when the alarm goes off in the morning, I'm forced out of bed. And just from those 3 things being very simple, it's given me so much time back. It's a huge difference which I've realized and what I've improved on, because if you really want to lock in in your 20s, you need to protect your time. And you have to be prepared to say no more often, because every hour you waste now, you're going to pay for it later and it's going to come back to bite you. So say no more often. Lock in during your 20s or you'll be forced to later. That's a reality of what's going on right now. It's your choice. So to run through it again, these are the things which I talked about. Your 20s will compound into the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. Make the right investments into yourself right now in your 20s. That's through investing, building businesses, and just educating yourself. And kill all distractions that are in your way right now. They're the 3 biggest things you can do right now. If you enjoyed this video, by the way, and the sim racing mixed in with the commentary is something you like, let me know, because I'm going to be doing this a lot more now. If you're trying to build an income, understand money, and actually get ahead, I hope you enjoyed this combination and it's something I'm trying out. Leave a comment below as well if you've got any questions, and I'll see you in another video.